Hello everybody and welcome back on Eiersholt. We're starting with a little bit of a different view this morning. Whoops, I got the drone up and almost hit a power line straight away there. Last episode was a bit hectic in terms of the harvesting. Here's the second stack of bales. If I can just make our drone hover a bit here. We had a main stack of bales up on the farm from this field that we basically ended up running baling throughout the entire night. So yes, it's 8:26 in the morning, but a couple of the workers haven't had any sleep at all. Over here, inside the yard, we got just one faulty bale. That was the very first one we made, but it was really a hay bale. We got our portable lights now. They work really well for this job here. So we got two full bale stacks. That is something like 320 or 330 bales in total that we got. We knocked out two fields, that really big one, and then the canola field up next to the horse farm, which is sort of roughly up in that direction, but we can't really see on the map. But we've had some exciting news on the farm here. The dealership down the road is also becoming, they already deal in a number of brands of machinery, but they're also becoming a certified class dealer. And as a consequence, they knew we were looking for a second combine, but weren't really quite ready to commit to anything yet. So we got a demo down here, sitting in our field, brand new Class Lexion 8700. So we're going to be trying that out today, but I'm just going to fly back down the road here because I will show you where else we're going to be working today. That is down towards field 53, which is just across the bridge here, right down past the waterfall. We got an entire very large field of oats here, and we got our New Holland ready to take care of this one. Now we've got limited demo hours on the class, so we're sticking with doing the smaller barley field. But down here we got our New Holland combine sitting ready as well. Now obviously last episode was a bit chaotic because we were struggling enough to keep up with one combine, so how on earth are we going to be managing with two in this episode? Well, this is the next bit, and maybe that may also have swayed why they gave us a big Lexion for demo hours. We are going to be spending some money down at the dealership today. We're going to trade in our current chaser bin. We're going to get one that's bigger that can cope, and we're going to hook up one additional grain trailer behind one of these tractors. So the plan is that the truck sitting over here, that's simply going to go over to the barley field here where the Lexion is sitting, and going to be dealing with the barley grain. And then we are going to hook on the other T7 to the other grain trailer. We're going to get two trailers to go on the back of those as well. So now they each will have a capacity of 42,000 liters of grain instead of just the 21,000 that we pretty much filled in one dump of the chaser bin. So we're just going to get the T7s readied up, and we're going to head down to the shop and get things swapped around. Right, so I'm back in the T7 that has been running all night, collecting bales. The bale stacker is sitting just up there. We are going to be doing baling on the two fields, but to be honest, those bales are going straight for sales. I don't anticipate that we're going to need more than 300 bales, even if we are mixing power feed and everything. But I just need to get a bit of fuel into this one before we start, which during these busy times I think I can sneak in past the truck here and get it filled up. Okay, so we are pulling in to the farm. They got their class sign proudly displaying out here at the front. Now it's not like you couldn't buy class machinery here before, it's just that by certification it means that there's a little bit more to come for us. So we've got a few things to do here at the shop. We're going to trade in the Ninja chaser wagon that's already sitting in here. The guys are just taking a look, evaluating. It's not very old. It was part of our starting equipment on the farm. And then we're going to get the two other, the, what do you call that front trailer thing on the Agrolinus, when it's not a rigid axle. It's a steerable axle that we can hook on the back of these. So we'll get that sorted, and then we'll be ready to bring everything back up. But first, we're simply gonna get this guy over here sold. Overall, with the sale of the Ninja and the purchase of the two new wagons and the new chaser bin, we're about 60,000 euros down. But that's okay, we can live with that, especially as it means that we should be able to keep up on harvesting 2 fields today. So we're going to have a worker running the New Holland CR10, and I'm gonna drive the class Lexion, obviously, to get a feel for it. Now, I don't think we're going to be buying it straight away, but it's going to be nice to be able to try it out at least. So there's quite a lot of trailers we're pulling out of this shop now. This should hopefully help us keep up with everything. So that's everything parked up. It's a little bit messy here at the beginning, but at least we're not blocking the road. Traffic can move straight in and out. So we'll get the New Holland on the go. You can see it's been working quite a lot already, but frankly there really isn't much point in getting it washed at this stage. We've got a decent amount of fuel in it, but we probably will have to bring down the Thunder Creek at some point and get the combine refueled. I'm just going to get the GPS set up now. So that's our GPS system all set up here. We've laid out a track course, which should keep us busy throughout the day. And that's our Courseplay GPS system and worker on its way. So we're harvesting the oat on field 53. There's an awful lot to get through. So while they're doing the first cut, I will start doing the same with the shiny new Lexion. So here we are. I've just got the Lexion 8900 warming up. We got our 1230 combo, massive draper belt. So this isn't as big a field, so I think we should make it through this fairly rapidly. I'm looking forward to giving this thing a shot. Right, I think we got swathing turned on now. Once you figure out the command system, it's actually relatively straightforward, so that's good. We are good to go. I will do a little bit, I'll probably try and clear like a couple of lines down here at the bottom first, so I've got room to turn, so that we can bring the truck in and I can do some dumping that, but we're already getting a pretty decent yield out of this barley. It's nice to see. Fantastic. Anyway, I will get one of the guys to do a few drone shots so you can see this thing in action as well. The New Holland pretty much unloaded now, and we're at 46%, so we basically now have room for 2 tank loads in the chase bin. So that means we now got time to bring over the T7s, because they'll be able to drive out of the entrance right behind us here. Okay, so our truck driver was actually really fast and efficient, so he's already come in. He's pulled into the corner of the field here, and I'm just gonna kind of try and cut myself a little bit of space for turning here, because this auger arm is really long. I'm a little bit worried that we're gonna hit the tree. Oh god, that was close. Oh, that would not have been good on a on a demo machine on pretty much the first pass. But 2 strips along the bottom of the field, and we're already dumping about 12,000 litres. So I'm very pleased with the yield from this barley field. So what we're going to do again is we're going to cut one more strip along the bottom here, and then we're going to work our way a little bit up the side of the field. Anyway, I can hear on the radio that the guys already on their second load with the CR10. Now obviously the CR10 is also a flag machine from New Holland, so I mean, this thing is big. I'm taking it a little bit easy because I'm just getting to know all the controls, whereas the guys working over in field 53 know exactly what they're doing and they're flying through it. So we may find that it takes close to the same amount of time to finish the 2 fields. I hope I can finish this a little bit earlier. We don't want to burn too many demo hours on this thing. Now, just as I'm driving up chasing the New Holland combine here, I realized that we have been chopping all the straw on this field so far, and I mentioned that we were going to sell it, so I can see him down there. So we'll have lost about 1 pass of the headland here, but I'm just going to get in and make sure that we get the swathing put back on, because it's worth it, I think, in the end. Although it's a fair bit of extra work, it's also extra income for our field here. So I'm just going to hop up and talk to the worker about that first. Okay, so we should be getting swathing back on now, and we'll just be getting the second load in here. It's really nice to be able to do 2 full combine loads before we have to go and dump, especially once we start doing lines. It'll make it a little bit easier to keep up with things. So the first trailer should fill completely, obviously with a 21,000 litre capacity, and we can start filling the back trailer as well. And that gives us a good amount of breathing space. So we got another full set of 1.5 load from the chaser bin pretty much while the tractors are cycling up to the silos. Right, so the third load of oats. So oats is pretty much the only grain on the farm right now that we know are going directly for sale. Now, when I say directly for sale, I mean it's still going into the silos, and then we're going to look at market prices to find out when it's good to sell it. But a substantial part of the wheat, barley, and corn on whoops, he is moving off a little bit faster than I thought he was. Let me just get the control on here. Yeah. So any other type of grain on the farm is also going to be used to an extent for animal feed, whereas oats, we don't have horses on this farm. I might be able to sell some to the livery guys a bit up the road. We do have a field next to it, but we need all the canola, I think, that we harvest if we're going to be expanding pig production. We need wheat as well for pigs and some for chickens, but we are probably going to be selling some because we got close to 300,000 litres out of the field that we harvested in the last episode. So that was a massive yield, far bigger than what I had anticipated, to be honest. Obviously the corn, when it comes to that, is also pig feed. Now again, I don't know exactly how much we're going to be getting out of it. It's possible we'll be selling some of it. But to begin with, oat is the only one that's absolutely dedicated to be sold straight away. Yep, that's the first 42,000 litres of oat grain pulling off. Obviously being able to use this top entrance to the field is going to make things quite a bit easier. It's still a little drive out to the farm, but not massive. Although it's heavy, the 2 trailers on now. Wow, even with this T7, it's quite hilly around here, and you definitely can feel it. That's our second bale stack. Now that stack was placed there not particularly out of any practical considerations other than it was close to where we had a gigantic pile of bales. I reckon what we'll do over time is we'll start using some of the ones up at the farm, and then we'll gradually bring some from that stack back up to the farmyard stack and keep that one topped up basically. So we're going to use the side tipping today. Obviously we can't raise the trailer with another one hooked onto it. That's the fantastic thing about these, is that we can do multiple tipping methods here, as long as we pull the pins from the side of the wagon and remember to put them back in again. This thing is just eating up grain like there's no tomorrow. Those little corners, and we have 3/4 of a tank already, and I'm gonna try and see if I can make it over towards the truck a bit, cutting another swath back. It's gonna be a bit of a mess when we do the baling afterwards, because the lines are a bit funny here. There we go. That is our barley field fully harvested, with a little bit of reinforcement from this fantastic Lexian. So in the space of a day, much less stressful than the first day. Bit of machinery upgrade and a little bit of demo help here has made a huge difference, and it now really feels like we're totally on top of our harvest situation. We're running no risks of getting caught out by weather or anything like that. Well, welcome in the office. It's about 7 o'clock at night. I'm just about to have some quick dinner before we set off out on baling. But to finish off this episode, I thought I'd just quickly go through how much yield we have gotten out of the 3 fields. So just to remind you, I will show you quickly on a map which 3 fields we're talking about. So here we are, fields 29, 53 and 30 and also 14. So we knocked out 4 fields over the space of 2 days. Now obviously, like I said, compared to other fields like field 13, 26 and 22 on Eiersholt, they ain't that big. but they're the biggest fields we got on the farm, and they were certainly big enough to keep us busy for a couple of very intense days. So we got a good amount of grain out of that, so let's have a quick look at the yield figures. We had a little bit in the tanks before, but we definitely had no more than 5,000 of anything here. So in terms of wheat, we now have 367,000 litres. So if we take 5 off, say, for what we had left, that's 362,000 litres of wheat out of our larger field 29 now. Barley, which we've just taken off today, 135,000 litres. And then the oats down on field 53, that gave us 197,000 litres. So a field almost the same size as field 29, but a lot less yield on that one. And then finally our canola, field 14, which is a lot smaller, but we still got 72,000 litres of canola out of that. And canola sells at a very decent price, but so does oat, to be honest, and all of our oat is going to be sold. So if we have a quick look at prices, we're not going to sell today, but it's worth having a look at least to see. We need to understand with seasons a little bit about, but we are looking at sort of in the region of 1,500 euros per 1,000 litres, so that's a couple of hundred, 200,000 to 300,000 euros of income on grain. That's fantastic. That's probably almost more than I expect, and we're definitely also going to be selling off some of the wheat. Obviously that is running a bit lower, between 800 and 900 euros probably per 1,000 litres. Probably going to keep most of the barley unless the price dramatically improves. I think we're going to have to keep most of the canola to feed the pigs, but it would be nice to be able to sell off a little bit of it to top off the money. And hopefully that will enable us to buy a new field as well. But with the view of the office and me heading out to the dining room to grab some quick dinner here, it's thank you very much for watching the episode. I have to say a big thank you to the subscribers who always leave really helpful and supportive comments for this and other series that I record. Thank you very much. It really does mean a lot to know that people are watching and enjoying it. If you're not a subscriber, please do consider becoming one. But for now, it's thank you very much from Overclock Gaming, and see you again soon.